and welcome to Morris Park. I'm Clyde Morris, and welcome to part 4 of my fall greenhouse tour video. Today is going to be Aloes, Haworthias, and Gasterias. Now you have to kind of bear with me on some of these. I don't know the names on all of them. I like Aloes, but I just don't keep up with them like I do with my euphorbias and such. Real nice one here that grows in with the king. A great big euphorbia abyssinica. And my big pachypodium here. Pachypodium lemuri. But anyhow, we're going to focus on the aloes and such today. And this one came to me as a cutting from somebody years and years ago. I've restarted it a few times, but it's just now getting really good size. Loads and loads of offsets. This is Aloe brevifolia. I've had this one actually a long time too, and it's been restarted over and over. A lot of my aloes, if they get too rangy or leggy, I cut the tops off and restart them. I got this one about 40 some odd years ago, probably about 42 years ago. And there were actually cuttings that were cut off because they were overtaking a sidewalk, and landscapers came by and trimmed everything off, as well as euphorbia cuttings also. It's where I got my euphorbia resinifera originally. So I picked these guys up. Had them going ever since. This is a real easy one. Definitely one I could recommend. Easy to grow, not really any problems. This is Aloe juvena. Originally bought this one as a little bitty plant about like that in a 2-inch pot. I just recently restarted a bunch of these as all restarted heads because it was hanging over the edge so much and getting kind of leggy and rangy. So I decided to do a restart on that. Came out really nice. Now down next to it, I have a Haworthia venosa, I believe. I had this one for quite a long time. It needs to be taken out of the pot and kind of separated up. Got a little hot on it this summer. So we had some of this overheating here. It didn't really kill it, really, but kind of got too hot and stressed it out real bad. That one there is pretty green. It'll probably come back during the winter. I'll take and cull a lot of that out and restart some of that. But, like I said, that part's still doing pretty good. And really don't have any worries about these stressed ones, because they will come back. This is an aloe hybrid. Got from the Amish at one of the farmers markets. It's kind of a Aristata hybrid, I believe. Probably Haworthia, I'd say. Real raised up bumps on it like that. Looks pretty cool. Now this aloe back here is one of my very favorites when it blooms. Has beautiful flowers on it. I can't place a name right now. It's back in my head somewhere, but can't place a name. But this is a beautiful flowering aloe. Really nice flowers on it. And back there is an aloe snowstorm. Growing really nicely. Looks like it might be getting ready to put up a flower spike maybe. That was from Anna of Cactus Caffeine. She sent me that one. Pretty nice. And right here is Aloe ferox. I grew this one from seed. It's a tree aloe. It's kind of getting its little trunk there. And a lot of aloes will stretch out like this and get that trunk. Now usually we'll just cut them off right here and then restart them in the pot so they're more compact. But being that that's a tree aloe, I think I'll just go ahead and let it do what it's doing. Maybe prop it up with a stake here. But yeah, from seed, Aloe ferox. Now back in here is a Gasteria lilliputana. It's doing a little rough because it kind of lost its roots during the summer here. It's kind of coming back a little bit. But I think I might just go ahead and split this one up and just take the best of the best and restart. I'm not sure why it lost its roots, but may have been heat or anything, but I put it back in this shady position so it would actually start rejuvenating there and growing again, which it's doing. A really nice little Gasteria for tight spaces. If you got a little shelf or something like that, they're really nice. But yeah, that's a Gasteria lilliputana. Now this is a pretty cool Gasteria. I got this some years back at Maryland's nursery out near Lebanon, Missouri, which is not there anymore. They closed up. Very interesting Gasteria though. Going with a couple of little Haworthias in there. That's the good thing about these Haworthias. You can stick them virtually anywhere and they do good. Now these are Haworthia limifolia. These are very tough. And they'll actually take over a whole pot if you let them. But these here, they grow out in the full sun with these cacti here and do very well, but they can also grow very well in the shade. I actually like them better when they're in the shade. I have one in the house that sits in a little tiny window. Doesn't get a whole lot of hours of sun, just a little bit of western sun late in the day and some ambient light during the rest of the day. But it blooms constantly. It's always putting up a flower spike. But this is Haworthia limifolia, and definitely a plant I would recommend as far as being tough and growing well. These have really toughed it out in the full sun with these cacti. I'm not sure on this aloe here. I really like it though because of the textured leaves. I'm not sure what the name is. A really cool aloe. Right next we got a little bit of a Haworthia venosa growing out of that pot. See all the dead flower spikes when it's been blooming. Yeah, I really like this aloe. Look like all the little teeth all over the leaves instead of just on the edges. Pretty cool. This is another one of those hybrid aloes, just kind of said aloe sorted. It's kind of getting its stress colors for the year because it's drying out and getting cooler. Real nice texturing on the leaves. Definitely one of the hybrids. Yeah, texture almost like rough sandpaper. Pretty cool. Now this little aloe here is Aloe plicatilis. It's kind of a sub-shrub kind of aloe. It gets little trunks on it. Has these flat heads. They don't grow out in a whorl like a lot of aloes do. They just kind of grow flat like that in kind of a fan shape. Pretty cool. This will get much bigger than this. But very nice. And this one is a little Gasteria I have back here. It's actually growing very well. Used to have it in the window in the house, but it got just a little too big for the window. And so we put it back out here. Just starting to dry down a little bit now because the greenhouse, I'm letting it dry down for the winter time because it gets too cool in here. If you keep watering, things will rot. So anyhow, a couple nice ones. This is Aloe Coral Fire. Pretty cool aloe. Teeth ought to remind me of chainsaw teeth. Now the white spots all over it is actually liquid 7. I just kind of sprayed that on some things to kind of prevent mealy bugs and such. Citrus scale and cactus scale. Good preventative for the winter. It'll actually get kind of more of a red color if it's set out in the sun. And this one's a Haworthia retusa, I believe. Starting to get a lot of little flower heads on there. I bought this one at the farmer's market over in Rolla, Missouri. A little flower head way down in there. And then over here, we have a hybrid. I believe this is Haworthia, and it's called Savannah. Which they get much bigger than this. This is Aloe T-Rex. I just recently restarted this one because it had grown so rangy. It seems like it's doing very well since I did that. I just cut the heads off and restarted them. I got a little bit of a Echeveria piece that broke off and just kind of settled there. Behind it is the quintessential aloe, aloe vera. Now this aloe is a little different from most aloes because it has yellow flowers instead of the orange flowers. This is the aloe that everybody uses for burns and scrapes and such like that. But most of your aloes, if they have thick leaves, like this T-Rex, or this little spotted aloe beside it, they can be used for the sap, for burns and scrapes and such. All of them contain aloin. Now, some of the really small aloes may not have much gel in them or sap, so it wouldn't be really practical to use them, but most all of these have it. It's a nice little aloe here. It's very pretty when it blooms. I believe it's a hybrid. It's got this little silvery look to it. Pretty cool. And there's an Haworthia Savannah back there. It's a little larger. And this here is a Haworthia. I believe. It kind of slips me right now. Chloracantha. I believe that's what it is. Really nice little Haworthia. I like how it clusters up. Growing real cool in that little fake log there. Really filled out the space. A very cool Haworthia. I definitely recommend this one for anybody that's just got a little window space. Nice little miniature. Now back here, I've got a Gasteria. One of your more common ones. Don't know the complete name on this one. They used to grow out in flower beds and stuff a lot in California. They were very popular. That's where I got my original one, which is down here. Great big one. We had this one sitting in the kitchen window, and it got a little too big. As well as this little aloe hybrid here. And this is one we used to use for cuts and stuff a lot when it was in the kitchen window. And little burns off the stove and such. This is a Gasteria little warty. Very tough little plant. Definitely one I'd recommend for home growers that just have a little window space. These Gasterias are very tough and they take a lot of shade. Some more Haworthias here. These are some of the little columnar growing ones. Kind of grow straight up like that. Like how these ones kind of grow up and they're kind of curled in, kind of like an artichoke. Pretty cool. Another variety of one that grows columnar. Some more retuside started in there. Over here we have Aloe maculata, spotted aloe. It's in bloom right now. Some aloe hybrids. That's purple people eater back there. Aloe firecracker. Christmas sleigh. And the one down right there, I don't know the exact ID on this one. It was given to me by my friend Matt Talley when we worked together at Cord. Very cool one. It looks kind of like Aloe Viper, but I'm not sure if that's it. And over here, I believe this is a Juvena hybrid. It grows very similar to Juvena, except for larger leaves and larger overall. It tends to grow very long and tall. And just recently I clipped it back and restarted it because it was just getting too leggy. And it looks like real nice now. Really like the way it looks. It's rooted up good and growing quite nicely. Now this one is a little Haworthia hybrid. Don't know the name on that. There's a Gasteria growing behind there. It's not the flat type like these. But nice little Gasteria. And it's already got a flower spike on it, growing real nicely. It's pretty cool. This is an Aloe Black Domino. I'm going to have to be splitting this one up next spring. It's really filled out the pot. Pretty tight in there. I think it would look much better too once I get it out there and break it up. Might have to start selling some of this stuff at the farmer's market like some people do. I'm getting so many tight ones here. I have to break them up and start selling them. Another little miniature Gasteria here. Not sure the variety. Got this at a small nursery in Springfield, Missouri. Pretty neat though. Nice textured leaves. Very cool. I got a basket full of Haworthias and an Aloe here. Well, back here, this is Gasteria Aloe Flow, Gasteria Aloe Hybrid. Pretty popular anymore. Back in here, got some Astrolobas. That's what these long ones are. I really didn't know what these were at first until Edith of Cactomania told me what they were when she saw one of my videos. Thought they were Haworthias, but they're not. A couple more varieties of Haworthia here. Very easy to grow these guys. This is a Aloe Oik hybrid. A nice pink color to it. It's grown really well. This one got a little hot during the summer. They kind of like to grow better in the shade, I think, some of these Haworthias. Ones back there did pretty good. They were more in the shade, but I'm going to have to rearrange that this next year so this kind of comes out of it. It's already growing new leaves on it that are looking better. Love the texture on this one. We'll just have to let that grow out of it. Now, this is another little Aloe hybrid. I do not know the exact one. Another Aloe assorted kind of thing. I like how it grows out kind of nice and flat. Gets that kind of pink edge to it. Made a nice little cluster. Really cool little Aloe. And this is the last one of my tour. I don't believe I have any other Aloes to show you today, or Gasterias or Haworthias. But stay tuned for next week. We'll do part 5 and show you some of the other plants we got in the greenhouse, because this is definitely not done. And I have more plants to show you. Anyhow, this is Clyde Morris from Morris Park. Hope you all have a great day. Take care and have a great week ahead.